Hello everyone and welcome once again to another lesson. During today's lesson we're going to cover learning outcome 2.68, which is simplifying ratios. To simplify ratios we need to use the same method as we did in simplifying fractions. If you remember when we did the topic on fractions, we simplified fractions by finding a common factor and simplify both the numerator and the denominator. The same applies here. Let's take an example. Here we have the ratio 5:20. 5:20, we need to find the common factor. A common factor of 5:20 and 20 is 5. So we have to divide by 5 on both sides. So 5 divided by 5, which is 1, 20 divided by 5, which is 4. So it's always important to find the common factor. It will be even better if we can find the highest common factor. In that case, by finding the highest common factor, we will eliminate certain steps. But if we cannot find the highest common factor, don't worry. Simplify in steps. Like for example here, we have this ratio. 200 is to 600 is to 800. Yes, we can have ratios with more than two numbers. Okay, when we are comparing this time three numbers together, 200 is to 600 is to 800. So the first thing that of course comes to our mind is to divide by 100. Since the three numbers have two zeros. So the best way to start is to divide by 100. Okay, so when we divide by 100 we end up with 2, 6 and 8. But we can notice that 2, 6 and 8 can be divided again by 2. So when we divide by 2, 2 divided by 2 is 1, 6 divided by 2 is 3, and 8 divided by 2 is 4. So the final answer is 1 is to 3 is to 4. If you stop here, 2 is to 6 is to 8, we say that the ratio is not simplified in its simplest form. Okay? So we need to continue simplifying the ratios as much as possible. On page 7, you have this exercise to simplify these ratios. Let me work these two with you. So, when we have 4 is to 52, we can divide by 2 on both sides because both numbers are even, so 2 of course is is a common factor of these numbers. But we can also notice that even 4 is a common factor and 4 is the highest common factor. So once we divide by 4, we cannot continue simplifying the ratio. So when we simplify by 4, we need to simplify, of course, both sides. So division by 4 and division by 4. 4 division by 4 is 1. 52 division by 4 is 13. You can use two steps. First divide by 2 and then divide again by 2. It's still the same. You can still work out like that. Okay? Here we have 21 is to 28. 21, we can divide 21 by 3. But 28 we cannot. So we need to find a common factor. 3 is not a common factor of these two. A common factor of 21 and 28 is 7. So we need to divide by 7 on both sides. Okay? So 21 divided by 7 is 3. 28 divided by 7 is 4. So I want you to continue this exercise, please. Okay? On page 7. Sometimes we are asked to write a fraction in the form of 1 is to a number. If you ever looked to a map, or maybe even to Google Maps, you see a ratio, and always begin with 1 is to. Okay? So this type of ratios, we use them in especially maps, okay? Or plans, for example, house plan, okay? When we are asked to write in the form of 1 is to another number, we need to write the first number of the ratio and write it as 1. Simplify it to 1. So let's take this example. We have 4 is to 20. To get 1, we need to divide by 4 here. There's no other way. So 4 division by 4 is 1. Since we have divided by 4 here, we need to divide by 4 over here as well. So 20 division by 4 is 5. So divide both numbers by 4. What if we have 5 is to 7? Again, if we are asked to write it in the form of 1 is to another number, we need to write this 5 as 1. And there's only one with it, by dividing 5 by 5 by itself. Okay, so 5 division by 5 is 1, 7 division by 5, we end up with a decimal number. Don't worry, okay? Write it as a decimal number. So 1 is to 1.4. All we have done here is 5 division by 5, which is 1, and 7 division by 5 as well, which will get 1.4. So divide both numbers by 5. Let me work out the first one for you. So we have 4 is to 44. To get 1, we need to divide by 4. So 4 division by 4 is 1. 44 division by 4 as well, which is equal to 11. So that is 1 is to 11. You need to do the same here as well, in B, C, and D. Always remember that to get any number to 1, you need to divide by that same number. So if I have, for example, 5, like here, I need to divide by 5 to get 1. If I have 11, I need to divide by 11. So that's what you need to do here as well. Question 3. A pattern has 4 blue triangles to every 12 yellow triangles. So we have a pattern. For every 4 blue triangles, we have 12 yellow triangles. Okay? What is the ratio of blue triangles to all triangles? Mela, we are not asked to write the ratio of blue triangles is to yellow triangles, but we were asked to write the ratio of blue is to all. Okay? So here we're going to write 4, because we have 4 blue triangles, and here we're going to work out to write the total number of triangles. Of course, you can find the total number of triangles by adding 12 and 4. Okay? And write it here. And then simplify the ratio. Question 4 is for you. Okay? Now, when we have decimal numbers in our ratios, okay? If a ratio contains decimal numbers, you need to first remove the decimal points by multiplying all values in the ratio by 10, 100, 100,000, etc. until you are left with whole numbers only. So, let's take this example. I'm going to work it out here, okay? 0.75 is to 2.5. Okay, it is also worked here, okay, step by step. So 0.75 is to 2.5. We said that to simplify ratios, first we need to eliminate the decimal point. To eliminate the decimal point, we need to multiply by 10 or by 100 or by 1000, etc. It depends on how many digits we have after the decimal point. So here we have 2 digits after the decimal point. Here we have only 1. Okay? So to eliminate the decimal points from both sides, we need to multiply by 100 because the largest number of digits after the decimal point is 2, which is on this side. So we have to multiply by 100 on both sides. Remember that when we multiply the numbers, we end up moving the decimal points to the right. Okay, so we'll get a bigger number. Multiply by 100. Okay, sorry about that. Multiply by 100, so we get 75 because we have moved the decimal point by 2. 1, 2. Okay, 75. We also need to multiply 100 by 100 on this side, so we'll get 1, 2. And we need to add a 0 there. So 75 is to 250. Okay? Now, once we have eliminated the decimal points, now we can start simplifying the ratio. Since both numbers end up with 5 and 0, we can start simplifying the ratio by 5. So 75 division by 5 is 15. 250 division by 5 is 50. But we can notice that 15 is to 50 is not in its simplest term. We need to continue simplifying the fraction. The ratio, not fraction. So the common factor of 15 and 50 is again 5. So 15 division by 5 is 3. 50 division by 5 is 10. We cannot simplify any further, so that's the answer. Let me take another example. What if we have 0.12 is to 3? How we are going to work out this one? So, first we need to check how many digits are after the decimal point. On this side we have 2 digits, on this side we don't have any digits. So since we have 2 digits after the decimal point, we need to multiply by 100 on both sides. So 0.12 times 100, we move the decimal point twice to the right, which we end up with 12. Now we need to multiply also 3 by 100, and 3 multiplied by 100 is equal to 300. We have eliminated the decimal point now, so we can start simplifying. We can notice that 12 and 300, the highest common factor is 6. So we can divide both numbers by 6. So 12 division by 6 is 2. 300 division by 6 is 50. We still can simplify this ratio even further. Okay, so 1 is to 25 divided by 2. Okay, divided by 2. So that is how we simplify ratios when we have decimal numbers. First we need to eliminate the decimal point, then we start simplifying the ratio. This is for homework on page 9. Okay, on page 9, this is for homework, this exercise. So, over here we have these two numbers, 2.5 is to 4.2. We have one digit after the decimal point here, and another digit after the decimal point on this side. So in this case, we are not going to multiply by 100, because we don't have a number, decimal number, which has two digits after the point. We only have one digit on both sides, so multiply by 10. When we multiply by 10, we will eliminate the decimal point. Then, from there, start simplifying the ratio. This one is very similar to the one that I have worked over here in the previous page. Okay. Question C is like question A. Again, we need to multiply by 10. Question D. Question D, we have a number, decimal number, which has two digits after the decimal point, and here only one digit. Again, we take the largest number of digits after the decimal point, which is in this case 2. Okay? So to eliminate completely the decimal point, we need to multiply both numbers in the ratio by 100. Okay? Multiply both numbers by 100 and then simplify the ratio. Try to work them out. Okay? And as usual, I will send you the working and the answers. So that's all for today. Hope that you followed today's lesson, and until next time, bye for now.